Iowa dam fails. Storms unleash tornadoes, severe floods in other areas of the Midwest, and heat waves. Heavy rain caused the Lake Delhi Dam in eastern Iowa to fail on Saturday, sending a torrent into the river below and threatening towns downstream. Hours after the breach, early Saturday afternoon, the governor said the immediate danger had passed, but several communities still were seeing floodwaters. Jack Claus, a spokesman with the Delaware County Emergency Management Office, said water was pouring down the Maquis-Quetta River and had surrounded homes Saturday afternoon. Areas below the dam had been evacuated, as had up to 700 cabins and homes above the dam because of high water. There's going to be significant losses of property there, he also added. Northeast Iowa has been flooded with torrential rain in recent days, with as much as 9 inches being reported in some locations. The heavy rain has pushed the Maquis-Quetta River to 23.92 feet, more than 2 feet above its previous record of 21.66 feet in 2004. Catastrophic. A 200-foot breach in the dam began with a section of two-lane road collapsing, realizing the worst fears of a catastrophic release of water, said David Fink, the Lake Delhi Dam Operation Manager. It's going to have a hell of a lot of velocity. The floodwater made its way south to Monticello, where events at the Jones County Fair have been canceled because the river runs near the fairgrounds. North of Lake Delhi, the river flooded several buildings in downtown Manchester, and utility service was turned off to some 50 homes affected by the flooding. There was also significant damage to county roads, and the county had run out of barricades to block them off. A meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Davenport said areas below the dam will see an initial crest in the river caused by the dam's failure, followed by a secondary crest as the high water above the dam made its way downstream. More severe weather. Meanwhile, powerful storms spawned by intense heat and humidity produced flooding and tornadoes in other areas of the Midwest, disrupting travel and cutting power to thousands and thousands of homes. In Chicago, officials say more than 7 inches of rain fell early Saturday, flooding the sewer system and overwhelming waterways. Water covered portions of several Chicago interstates and the commuter train tracks that run along them, leading crews to divert traffic and call in bus shuttles. Portions of Interstate 290 west of downtown were closed for several hours. Chicago Mayor Richard Daley and other officials urged residents to call for help if they needed it. West of Chicago, in suburban Westchester, crews and boats were searching for people who were stranded in their flooded homes or trapped in cars. The National Weather Service issued severe weather alerts for many areas in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minnesota, and flood watches for dozens of counties. Forecasters said a similar weather pattern was developing in Pennsylvania and New York, where a rare tornado watch was issued late on Friday for New York City and northern New Jersey. The Illinois Department of Transportation said the Eisenhower Expressway, which connects Chicago with its western suburbs, was closed by flooding just after dawn on Saturday. Some 50,000 customers were without power in northeastern Illinois on Saturday, the utility Commonwealth Edison also said. And the heat goes on, scorching much of the nation. It's not that any one day has set an all-time heat record, but a large area of the country has been assaulted by a succession of heat waves. Washington in June recorded the highest average temperature for the month since record-keeping began in 1871, including 18 days of 90 degrees or more, and July is on its way to a similar unwelcome record. In New York City, temperatures in July have averaged 5.5 degrees above normal, according to the private weather service AccuWeather. And the stifling heat blanketing the mid-Atlantic this summer seems to be part of a global trend. So far, 2010 is on track to overtake 2005 as the warmest year ever recorded for the planet, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Yes, this has been the warmest year ever recorded for the planet so far. And there has also been massive flooding in China and other countries. In China, hundreds of thousands of homes have been destroyed. And all these are connected. There's something much bigger going on here. The weather is going crazy all around the world. These are more signs of the end times transition days. Transition is a process. In other words, everything that must change for the better, and quickly or rapidly. Revelation chapter 6, verse 12. I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll, when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. 15. And the leaders of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every worker, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. 16. And said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. 17. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? And all these are more signs happening daily all around the world.